Good morning, guys. It's been a couple of weeks since we posted a video, and we're still kind of on a break. But this year I planned on doing a couple recap videos, just in case some people wanted to just join in kind of mid-season, or if they didn't have time to go back and watch the videos, because this channel is actually meant to be watched, as a whole. Otherwise, you probably will have no idea what's going on, because we don't do standalone videos and we don't really have time to explain everything, every single video. So, a quick recap of 2020 starting. First of all, I was just going to take a minute just to say, hey, this is how you actually watch our channel. Some people may not know this, some people, this is obvious stuff. But this is a desktop view of hooklinechill. Phones and tablets might look a little different, but they all have similar features. This is the landing page. You're going to have some type of intro right in here, depending on if you're a subscriber or not. This video might be different. And then we have all the latest uploads, and then we got it broke down into playlists. And of course, there are also tabs for just the videos. And as you can see, all of 2020 videos have some type of blue thumbnail, blue letters. And then if you get back into 2019, we kind of had a yellowish one. And then 2018, there were no words or anything on any of the thumbnails. So that's how that works. And then, of course, you could go to playlists if you wanted to watch, just watch them in order. They'll all pop up. You have 2020, 2019, and 2018. And currently we have about 140 videos posted. Then there's the community tab that we sometimes post like odds and end things, just things we might want to point out, or stuff that we didn't have time to make a video for, or we wanted to reiterate something. And then of course there's a store, like if you were interested in buying a shirt, there is a tab called Store tab. We're working on actually getting some more shirts, slightly different design, but this is where you would go. In addition to, every single video has links in the description. And then, as usual, a lot of people end up on our channel by surfing, and they find themselves, looking for certain types of videos. And we don't really do like how-to videos. We do more just kind of entertainment, and if people watch, they watch. If they don't, they don't. But just in case, you're looking for something else in addition to our channel, we put some more, informative channels that I feel kind of, are worth watching. Catfish Dave, he's always entertaining. Catfish and Carp, very informative guy. And then, of course, something very unique and applicable to our channel is trotliners. They don't post a lot anymore, but they do have a lot of good content. And just like every channel, you should, if you're interested in looking them up, you should look at the About tab. It says when they joined YouTube, how many views they got, and ours has kind of a good description of what we are. I even outline some of the giveaways. There's an email address here, and then some of the links to our shirts and Instagram and stuff. So what I was going to do is just quickly go through the videos starting at the beginning of 2020. The wintertime, we don't make videos, and during that time, we kind of took the time to try to figure out a plan for this year. And, we came up with new designs, and at the beginning of the year, we had more of a, this is what we're going to do. And I feel like up until this point, it's July 2020, we have stayed along with that plan. And we've added a few things, but we're pretty much there. So I'm just going to briefly go over each video, just highlights and anything I can think of off the top of my head. If you really are interested, just watch the videos. At the beginning of the year, we made a video, kind of the intro. We used We Will Rock You. I was trying to do some old school songs. And anytime we do that, we purposely, give up the money for that video, any type of revenue, just to be different. It's one of my strategies. And so we chose that, and it was kind of a fun video. But in the end, we kind of outlined everything that we wanted to do for the year. And if you look at the description of that video, it lists it all out. And we've been trying to stay with it as much as we could. So, and in that video, we kind of said, hey, this year, the first part of this year through July 11th, this was posted end of March, that we were going to be doing a type of fundraiser where catfish were worth so many points. And then at the end, that would be equated to dollars, and then people would match it and we would send that off. And in the end, we did do that. So first episode, me and Nina came out. It was flooded, but this was during the coronavirus and everything got closed down. And I had a trip to London. It got canceled. So instead of starting April 11th, like I said, we started April 1st. So this video was posted April 1st, and we only caught one fish in this whole video. By the way, this is a spoiler video if you care about stuff like that. Also in this video, we changed from the white rabbit to the white squirrel. The white squirrel was kind of more of a local thing, and I'm not sure why we didn't think of it before then, but we changed from the white rabbit to the white squirrel. And if you found a white squirrel in the videos, you won a free t-shirt as long as you were the first person to comment the time of the video that it appeared and the word white squirrel. And a fun fact about this video was that the water level was 30 feet, which is the highest I've ever even been out in the boat. And we put a hair clip up in a tree, which is still there to this day. Hopefully we can revisit that one of these days, just to show how high the water was. And then out of nowhere, April shows up. April's kind of a hard one to get, and she just calls me, and I'm kind of putting together the show. And I was like, well, if you want to do a video, and she kind of slipped in, and we actually caught our first catfish of the year on that one. It was fun. We introduced there's an old dock that had broke off during a flood during the winter, and we kind of showed that. And then we got Ashley showing up. It was a warm day in April, and we caught a few fish, and it was fun. And we're trying to get into the groove of things, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make these videos. And eventually, we're deciding, like, okay, we're going to use the cash register sound, and we're going to put, the $5 sign up every time we catch a fish, which kind of wears me out, but we did it anyway. And then a newcomer come. This was KD. She originally was from Henderson, Kentucky, and we met, and unfortunately during this video she came, and we weren't able to catch any fish. We did have a bunch of fish jumping, and it was kind of entertaining just for her to be out there to experience that. But during this video is when we also introduced the skunk bag, which is a list of tasks that we have to pull from in case we don't catch a fish, just to make it interesting. And also so that at no time would I ever scrap a video. It's like, if we're going to do all that trouble, someone's going to travel and make a video with me, we're going to make some type of video. And that skunk bag, I believe what I had to do was buy a new hat, and I think I put that at the end of the video. And then we had Purple Jack, which was with Amanda, and the reason it's called Purple Jack is because we use skipjack for bait, and Amanda was looking at the bluegill and the sunfish and stuff, and she was like, they're purple, and she asked what kind of bait it was, and she said, is it called Purple Jack instead of skipjack? Anyway, that video was really a bait video. We didn't catch much. We did have a fish jump in at the end, so it was kind of a slow time. And then Donito shows up. Still a slow time, and like I said, new people were starting to take interest, and I was, wanting to bring on some new faces, because the show has turned in, or has always been, a fishing show about people just kind of getting to know people out on the water. And we did catch a couple fish, and she was really funny in catching all that. And then Nina comes back, During this video, the water's still really high, and we're trying to figure out exactly what we're doing. And as usual, I love self-promotion. If you want to come onto the channel and self-promote, and we're trying to get some followers to Nina's Instagram. At that time, she hadn't started her YouTube channel yet. She's on YouTube now and Instagram, and so we caught some fish and kind of promoted her Instagram, Renegade 2.0. And then another newcomer shows up, Reagan. She was a Western Kentucky University graduate, as I am, and we kind of this was our first video out on the water, and we had a good time, and it was a good time getting to know a new person. And then in a solution from last year, we kept getting mail, and when people send mail, it's hard for us to incorporate it into the videos, because a lot of the times when we get stuff, it's not stuff that we use on camera. And so at the very least, we wanted to show that we did receive it, and instead of having to track the people down and go through all that, I was like, okay, this year we're going to start just opening the mail on a video, and each person, if it's to them, I'll try to add those clips later on. And I thought it was a good first video. Those are supposed to be easy videos, and we do it before or after a run, and we don't always have that much time or effort to do that. And but this video, John Prine had just died, and I decided to use one of his songs in the beginning, which was another sacrificial video like the first one. John Prine, the owners of that song, got the money for this video, but we don't do this for the money. And then Ashley shows back up, just a normal fishing video. People are still, learning to drive my boat and stuff occasionally. I think there was a spider or something in here. The reason I choose my titles is a lot of times it's just a random something that I put that was in the video. I don't like the title to give away much. I don't like the thumbnail to give away much. If you notice, I never put a fish or anything in there. It's just one of our strategies. So Katie shows back up. She was in the 4th episode, and 10th episode, she's green. This time she's helping me bait, or she's trying to help me bait, and we did catch a bunch of fish. And she was really entertaining, and how she reacted, which is always fun for me. So, but this time we did not get skunked. And then Tara makes her first appearance this year. She had been on since this first season, 2018, and it was actually her birthday on that very day. And we opened some gifts and messed around, and Tara was being Tara. It was a good episode. And then episode 12, Amanda shows up again, and unfortunately we got skunked during this video. I think it was on 420, the date 420, which is kind of a joke. And we at the end we had to pull from the skunk bag, and the skunk bag said to fix the dock, and our dock has always been crappy, and it just floods every year, and it's hard to put a lot of money into something like that. But because the skunk bag said to fix it, we brought Solid Solutions in, one of my friends, who he's a tile and stone guy, so he's not exactly someone that works with wood or dock, but we thought it would be funny. And fun fact about this video is we actually recorded us fixing the dock, and we were going to do like a speed up time lapse, but the camera wasn't turned on, so I only got the before and after, but that's okay. And then Raindrop, episode 13. This one did get a bunch of views. We went out during in between 2 storms, me and Nina. We caught a few fish, and it was a good episode, good, fast, like just to the point episode. Fun fact about this one though is that we're actually recording Mail Monday number 2, which was a song. We started doing just songs for Mail Mondays. We started off with some type of music video just to be silly, and that song was called 36B, which is a song about a guy who got some pills in the mail, and he grew boobs, and then he was trying to figure out how to fix it, and in the end he had to just accept it. It was written by my grandfather, and I thought it would be funny, since, you know, the song is about getting something in the mail, and we did it on Mail Monday #2. So Raindrop was actually just the afterthought. It was like, well, since we're already here, let's try to do 2 videos in one, and Raindrop ended up being a good video. Then Reagan shows back up, and I think it was around this video where I may have been Solid Solutions, but somewhere around this phase we started the if we catch a fish we ask a question, because I was trying to figure out a way to make it more interesting, and you know, people enjoy getting to know the faces and the characters on this channel. And so it's called talent because one of the questions was, do you have a secret talent? And she showed one of her secret talents on the video. And then Ashley shows back up, and we caught a few fish. And I think during this I was giving the haters some flack, and but I was pointing out the fact that I was supposed to be the villain and the girls were the good guys, and I was pointing that out, and then I said something about, if you have haters, then you're being successful, and every hero has a nemesis, which is haters. And Ashley said, well, what would your hero name be? And I joked and I said Hook, and she said, well, Hook's a villain. And I think I put a picture of me as Hook at the end. And then KD, at her 3rd episode in, at this point, if you've done 3 episodes, I consider you a regular. And we had a good episode. I think we talked about clickbait and stuff in there. Fun fact about this is YouTube didn't like I named it Clickbait in the beginning, and YouTube didn't like that, so we had to change it to Clicked. They flagged it, but I got it fixed. But at the end of this video was when the new boat, or the old new boat, was introduced, and I had planned on getting a bigger boat, and we introduced that boat. But the first real video was Tara when she came back, and we didn't have any lines out because between episode 16 and episode 17 we took everything out. I was kind of taking a small break, but really I was just resetting. But I was trying to make a video here, and so we took the boat up the river during a really high wind day, and you know, it was just beating us to death. We threw a few jugs out and stuff, and at the end of this video, I think we tried to go under the bridge, and we kind of made it like the Never-Ending Story gates, where you know, if you weren't pure or face your fears or whatever it was, you would get shot. Of course, me and Tara got shot, and I believe we got skunked also, which it was only 4 jugs, and I cannot remember off the top of my head what that actual skunk bag pulled out.
Next video, Michael has to be clean shaven. Wait, where?
That's right. I had to be clean shaven. And so during the next episode with Moose, which it was around Moose's birthday, I was clean shaven, which is rare for me. But so Moose came on. We caught a few fish with Nina, and we kind of featured Moose and her first birthday that time. And then Amanda comes back. And we've always had trouble with our scales on this channel. You know, it's just, I have a boat, it stays out, stays docked, and things get corroded and stuff. But I think we had a couple of big fish on, and the scales weren't working very good. And this video was extremely long, mainly because I was so tired that day when we were making it. I had so much going on at work, and we were making a lot of videos that a lot of times if it's long, it's because I didn't take the time to go and micro cut little bitty segments out to make it a little bit shorter. I just left it all in. Mail Monday 3, which was actually recorded on this day because I'm also clean shaven. We got a few things in. As usual, I got some type of weird hat. I can't remember the song we chose. Oh yes, that was the one where we I had actually wrote a song because a guy on Fiverr which is a website where people do stuff for you. He, said he would sing or perform any song as long as you gave him the words. So I wrote out a silly little tune and he did it. I thought it was funny. And then Mikey makes her first appearance. At the beginning of the year, she had said that she wasn't going to be able to make it this year due to work and location and other things. But turns out some things changed, so she shows up. And then we named it 10% because there was a 10% chance of rain that day, and we got absolutely soaked. And it wasn't just a shower. It stayed, kept going. It was kind of funny, though. And then Reagan shows back up. We named this one Got Away, but really, I try to mislead people with some of the titles. That one, it says Got Away. What that actually means is one of the jugs got away. We lost it. And we put a reward out for it. And but then later on I found it. But then I ended up losing another jug. And I still have yet to this day ever found it. And I think during this video or one of the videos after this, we reiterated that if you find a jug with HLC written on it and you send me a picture, there's other things written on it to prove it was mine, I'll send you a free t-shirt. And so it's somewhere between the Green River and Gulf of Mexico. And episode 22, we're really doing the question game at this point, and I think we really we caught a bunch of small fish, and Ashley, we talked about Ashley being picky with her food, and it's kind of a funny episode. And Nina, well, it was a slow time during this stretch, and Nina seemed like every time she shows up, we weren't catching a whole lot. And Nina's starting to amp up and do her own stuff, her own channel and stuff. So I thought, well, this would be a good chance for people to get to know Nina a little bit better. So instead of saying we'd ask a personal question for every fish caught, I said we would ask a personal question for every hook that was empty, which at that time the fish weren't biting, or I didn't think they were. And, I didn't think it would be that many. It turns out we had a lot of gar or something out because all the bait was missing. And we asked like 30 questions. And, it was a very informative episode for Nina. Interrogation, really. So then Tara shows back up. Episode 24, we talked about the book It. Reading and stuff. That was one of the questions. Again, this video, I was extremely tired when I was making it. And believe it or not, we were so far ahead because, we post 2 to 3 videos a week, and we were actually recording episode 29 at that time, the day before I made this video. And in episode 29, we were going rafting the next day. So we recorded this on a Friday, and that night I got home at like 9:30, and then I spent the time to edit this video. Should have already had it done, but I didn't. And I just was tired, and this video came out a lot more raw than it normally would have, and a lot of people complained about that, but that is reality, I guess. And we are adults being adults. And then episode 25, I think we named this cute. This is just like one of those normal episodes where me and Nina's out doing our thing, catching some fish, and I think she called one of the catfish cute. And then we had Katie back. This one was called Bunny because if she could date a cartoon character, it would be Bugs Bunny in this video. And I think this was also the one where somewhere along the way we had incorporated a clip, which is something I hate doing because the trot line hangs on it a lot. But this new boat, it was a lot bigger in the front, so we incorporated the clip. And that one, a hook grabbed it and flew it off over the back of the boat, and we lost it. And then Mikey shows back up, and she does her annual bikini episode. It's like 90-some degrees that day, and I think we caught quite a bit of fish, and it was a good episode. Amanda shows up wearing her bikini as well. We named it Barbie because she talked about playing with Barbies as a kid. Again, this video is just off the top of my head. There's so much more in these videos, but just to catch you up, Mail Monday number 4, Reagan shows up with me to host, and we had a bunch of cutaways where other people were opening stuff. Me and Ashley had went on a plane ride, and I put the plane ride in the beginning of this video, and we put a little tune to it. This one, again, like I said, we were going rafting the next day. Ashley actually had a swimming suit on, and we named it King of Queens because we talked about TV shows or something in it. And then episode 30, this is where throughout all these videos we had been tallying up, trying to get up to 500 points or $500, and it was a difficult time because it was $5 or $1 at a time all the way to that point. And in this video, me and my son actually went out and we caught the last few fish. It couldn't have worked out better the way it did, though. Like, we caught exactly what we needed. We even lost the fish, and it kind of made it more suspenseful. And looking back, I was like, that it couldn't have worked out better. At this point, it was kind of the end of June, and we had till July 11th to kind of end our little fundraiser. So we decided just to do a few just for fun videos. So Tara shows up, and that one was literally called Just for Fun. And throughout all these videos, we were trying to catch a fish over 20 pounds because it was worth a lot more points. And we never did. We got close several times, but we never did. And of course, in the one episode after we were done, we caught a 22-pounder. And me and Reagan went back out, just fishing for fun. We caught a few small fish. Still doing the question game. I don't know how long we'll do that. We're really just trying to develop new characters and stuff because, people enjoy, or that is my strategy, is to target the people that enjoy getting to know the people on the channel. And I think she talked about a song that she liked called Chasing You in that video, and that's why we named it that. And then Mikey shows up again, doing her second bikini episode. I don't tell people what to wear. I don't tell people what to do. It really just kind of happens on its own. I just say, hey, let's do a video this week. We choose a day, and then we go from there. I try to make a structured environment on the fishing, on the river and stuff. But the person, they are their own person. They do what they do. So, people are always like, have them do this and have them do that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? All right, we named this one Price is Right because I think I made a reference and it reminded Mikey of the Price is Right TV show. But really, the real reason after the stage we held on was because I knew that Ashley and her twin sister Jada were going to be coming on a certain day. But, I wanted to keep the kind of the videos rolling. And so Ashley and Jada, her sister, showed up, and it was one of the better episodes of the year. The fishing was good, the lighting was good, the chemistry was good. It was a good episode altogether. And they also did a video of their own on Ashley and Jada's channel. They have their own channel, kind of doing some of the behind the scenes of this particular video. Another not so fun fact is that Ashley had recorded a bunch of footage on her phone, but she lost it the next day out fishing with her dad. But I think they were able to salvage enough to make their video. And then, of course, episode 35, which was the last video posted. April, who is the reclusive one, she shows up out of nowhere. And I'm like, hey, we're about to do our last episode of the year. It'd be kind of different to have you on. And then Ashley shows up. Ashley's one of my, we've become pretty close friends over the last year. And she's a reliable person, and she's always, down to do videos. And not everybody else's schedule usually lines up. So Ashley and April show up, and we went out with two people on the Ohio River, Ron and Rick, and they kind of showed us some of their trot lines and just gave us a little tour of their general section of the river. And during this episode, we took all the money that we had raised and we donated to a charity called Two Rivers Buddy Ball, which was on the side of the guy's boat that was that we were with. And I think last time I heard there was a lot of people matching, and we hope that people will continue to match. Just go to this video in the description to see how to do that. And that's pretty much our season. We're calling it a season up until this point. We have 40 episodes or 40 videos, 35 episodes. If it's got an episode number, typically it's a fishing video, and then if it doesn't, it's like a mail video or maybe a trailer or some type of intro. So anyway, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching up to this point. We do have another plan starting in August, and that video will probably come out August 1st, kind of outlining what we're planning on doing. It's going to be just for fun, but there is going to be some type of cohesive structure again, and hopefully we can pull it off. But you'll just have to wait until that time. I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and we'll see you in August.